Good morning, friends. I am Yashavant Kanetkar, and today we propose to understand one very important set of operators in C programming, namely the conditional operators. And best way to understand them will be with the help of a program. So let's straightway begin with a program. Suppose we have a simple program like this. We have two variables a and b holding values 3 and 4, and then we are simply checking whether a is less than or equal to b. If so, print out a alphabet a, otherwise print out alphabet b. So we have done this using if and else. We want to replace this if and else with conditional operators. Just see how. Output naturally will be a, because 3 is indeed less than 4. So this condition will turn out to be true and a would then get printed out. Now if we are to replace this if and else with conditional operators, the way to do so is to say within main first the declarations, and then I'll completely drop the keywords if and else. Instead, we would straightway write a condition saying a less than or equal to b, question mark printf a, colon printf b. This question mark and colon that we are using here, they qualify as conditional operators. And the way they work is very simple. If the condition is true, then whatever is after the question mark, in this case it is printf a, so that would go to work. However, if the condition fails, then what is after the colon part, that is printf b, that's bound to go to work. So question mark and colon are conditional operators. They are also known as ternary operators. Ternary because they need 3 operands to work with. If an operator needs only one operand, it becomes a unary operator. For example, if I say a equal to plus 35, that plus is working only on 35, so that's a unary plus. But if I say a equal to c plus d, for the plus to work c and d, 2 operands are needed, so that becomes a binary plus. Question mark colon in fact need 3 operands, that's why known as ternary operators. And let me also tell you that these are the only ternary operators available in C programming. All other operators are either unary operators or binary operators. Now let's take a very simple program. If a is less than or equal to b, print out a. I want this set of instructions to get converted into a program that makes use of conditional operator. Just see how. This part remains same. No reason why those statements have to change. And then I will drop the if. I would straightway write the condition followed by that question mark printf a. Since there is no else block in the first program, hence we have dropped the colon part in the second program. Everything seems to be correct. However, when we execute or when we even attempt to compile the second program, it would result into an error. And the error arises because colon is not optional. Anytime you use question mark, you are duty bound to make use of colon, which is unlike if and else. If you use a if, else is optional. If you need it, use it. Otherwise, forget about it. Whereas with question mark colon, it is not so. If you use a question mark, you have to make use of colon. You cannot drop it. So let's rectify this program now. If we are to remove the error from the program, we would say a equal to 3, b equal to 4, followed by which I would say a less than equal to b, printf a, then colon. As you can see, I am using a colon, and then since we do not want to do anything in the else block, hence in the colon part I have not written anything. Fine. Now when I try to compile this again becomes a error. Colon is certainly necessary, because colon we said will be necessary anytime we use question mark. However, one more rule is that colon block cannot be empty. There has to be something present there. Because it's a ternary operator, it would need 3 operands. So, A less than equal to B is one operand, printf A is another operand, and something more, that is the third operand, would be needed beyond the colon. We cannot just leave it empty. Semicolon that we are using at the end, that's merely a statement terminator. So between colon and semicolon, we need to give something. Let's see what we can do. Since in the colon block I do not wish to do anything at all, what we have done is we have written the null statement. We know that semicolon, if we use, that's a null statement. So first semicolon stands for null, second stands for statement terminator. Whereas compiler is thinking it exactly the other way around. It treats the first semicolon as terminator. Second semicolon it treats as if you have written it in a separate line, so that's a null statement. Now don't attempt to write one more semicolon in between this, because if you do so, then that will become the terminator and the other two would become the null statements. So if we want to eliminate the errors from this program, we have 2 solutions really. Number 1 is, in the colon part, write some dummy printf statement which doesn't print anything. Similarly, you may also use some variable z, assign it some value 3, define z at the top. Something or the other you will have to give in the colon part. You will agree that printf and the empty pair of double quotes, similarly z equal to 3, these are merely dummy statements. They are not serving any other purpose other than perhaps satisfying the ego of that colon. It needs something, you gave it something. Functionality wise, those statements do not really do anything for us. In that sense, they are merely dummy statements. Let's conclude what all we have learnt here. Number 1 is, if you use a question mark, you are duty bound to use a colon. They always go hand in hand, they always go together. In the colon part, we cannot keep it empty, we have to have some or the other dummy statement. We learned that. Do not think for a moment that question mark colon is a replacement for if else. Why? Because it has limitations. Limitation being that in the question mark part and in the colon part, you are allowed to have only one single statement. You cannot have multiple statements, which was not the restriction with if and else. You could have as many statements as you wish. Then, if I say discount equal to 10, discount equal to 0, I am now using one single statement. But if that is the assignment statement, do not forget to parenthesize them. If you forget the pair of parentheses for the second statement, that is this equal to 0, that would result into an error. Don't do that. Here we can see discount equal to 10 as well as discount equal to 0, both have been parenthesized. Lastly, nesting of question mark colon can be allowed. Means within question mark part, you may have one more condition and a question mark colon for that. Similarly, in the colon part, you may have one more condition, again a question mark colon for it. That makes the statement complicated, but for the academic standpoint, is it permitted that we nest the conditional operators? Answer is yes, you are allowed to do that. So much about the conditional operators that can be used in a C program. Goodbye, good luck, and thank you.